folks. We are joined by Andrew Torba, who has been blamed. His website that was, Gab.com, is now down. Content removed off of the hosting provider. Their banking taken away, their PayPal taken away, their Stripe taken away. And the left is celebrating it. The mainstream media is celebrating it. And now they want Lou Dobbs. And now they want Sean Hannity. Why they're saying Lou Dobbs is an anti-Semite. He had the head of Judicial Watch on saying, we sued and got the documents from the federal government. George Soros is funding, with U.S. taxpayer money he gets, these illegal caravans that are human smuggling. And they said, my gosh, George Soros, even though he's a Nazi collaborator, is Jewish. So you can't talk like that, Lou Dobbs. And the Judicial Watch individual, you are banned for life from Fox News. So they're just getting us used to all that because what he said was true. So to give us the latest is Andrew Torba. And I guess we don't have Gab.com for now. Hopefully it'll be back up soon. And I noticed you gave us that big exclusive interview, but no corporate media wants to pick it up that the law enforcement praised you. That the fact that they understood that he didn't make clear threats on the site, that it was 4 minutes before. No. None of that world exclusive. Gab founder responds to synagogue massacre and lashes out at the lying MSM. None of that powerful interview. He got seen by all the people at Infowars.com. But other than that, you'd think the person being demonized and deplatformed, you'd think that person would end up getting a voice. But like when they have congressional hearings about me and lie, I don't get called to those. No, I sit outside because I don't get to face my accusers. Andrew, thanks for joining us. You can break it all down and give us the latest.
Sure, Alex, thanks for having me. And that's exactly why I'm on this show. And that's exactly why I'm not talking to any mainstream media outlets. You give me a fair chance. You allow me to speak my mind, allow me to tell the situation from my perspective without any bias. So I really appreciate that. So here's the situation. Last night, we shut down Gab at around 10 o'clock Eastern. We did this preemptively because 9 o'clock this morning, our hosting provider had pulled our service. On the website, we proclaimed that we've spent pretty much the past 48 hours working directly with the DOJ and with the FBI. They have praised us for our work in helping them with this situation and to bring justice to this awful, despicable event. I'm on about 3 hours sleep. That is our top priority. The media can attack us all they want. They're showing up at my parents' home. I just got a text message from my mom. The media just showed up at my parents' home. They're calling old professors. They're trying to get in touch with my brothers and old friends from high school. They're now launching an all-out assault, an all-out character assassination on me, on my family. We're receiving death threats. Why? Because I stood up and built my own platform for freedom of expression and for individual liberty for all people. Why? Because I am working with law enforcement directly, cooperatively, helping to bring justice and see to it that justice is served in this horrific tragedy. That is why they are attacking me. That is why they are attacking my family. That is why they are attacking Gab. These people are disgusting and despicable. And there's no way I'm going to cower. There is no way I'm going to bend the knee. And there's no way I'm going to stop fighting. We are going to get Gab.com back online, whatever it takes. We're going to come back and be bigger and better than ever before. And thanks to the media, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they write. It doesn't matter what these talking heads say on TV. It doesn't matter what these verified blue check marks that no one's ever heard of say on Twitter with their opinions. That's not the real world. 80% of normal, working class, blue collar, average people agree with Gab. They agree and want to defend free expression and individual liberty at all costs. And they know that there are disgusting murderers and terrorists and pedophiles all over Facebook, all over Instagram, all over Twitter. And they are not blamed. There is no call for shutdown of these platforms. So, you know what? Here's the thing. Without Gab, the FBI and the DOJ would not have this mountain of evidence for a motive against this alleged terrorist. And, we also wouldn't know that he does not support the president of the United States at all. So I think that might be one reason why the media is so upset, is because now they can't point and say, hey, this is all Donald Trump's fault. Look, this is one of your supporters. Because this man did not support Donald Trump, and he made that very clear on Gab. And if he wasn't on Gab, we would not have known that. If he wasn't on Gab, the FBI and the DOJ would not have a mountain of evidence now to prosecute him. So we're really proud to be working with law enforcement, and we will happily take the slings and arrows from the dishonest and disgusting media elites, and we're going to stand tall and fight for free expression and individual liberty for all people.
I got to tell you, you're one of the most articulate people I know, and compared to the heads of other tech companies, you're a wizard. I mean, these guys are bumbling, stumbling buffoons because they're usually front men, and they're also reading off teleprompters. But I'm on Gab, and even more so that I've been banned everywhere else, and I see what's on there, and a minority of it is the Nazis, but they've all been pushed off the rest of the internet. It's not your fault that then you have a free speech venue, and they're there. People should go debate them. They should go argue with them there. That's what it's all about. But meanwhile, like you said in your tweets, I don't know how long you'll have Twitter because they're calling for that to be taken down so you can't respond to these lies, that Twitter is a cesspool of radical Islam, a cesspool of Nazi crap. They leave all that up because it creates division. But it's the libertarians and the people that call out the censorship or call out authoritarian China. It's those of us that are real classical liberals that are being shut down because we're Big Tent, we're popular with minorities, we're popular with everybody, and that's why Gab's got to be shut down. That's why InfoWars has got to be shut down, because we're popular, because we're successful, and we scare the big tech companies, and we scare the big mainstream media. And now I've got articles here today. Google and Amazon crack down on guns, but still make it easy to find bomb-making instructions. And they're now cracking down on people even talking about guns or being gun enthusiasts. They're now saying, don't use the word nationalist. Oh, that's Nazi. Oh, you can't even say George Soros is behind the caravan, even though he is, or Lou Dobbs will get fired. This censorship is racing out of control, and it's got big tech, government, and corporations behind it, except for Trump, but he needs to act, and act now. What would you say that you'd like to see the president do, or Congress do?
Well, Alex, I think he needs to take antitrust action against big tech. You have a duopoly like Apple and Google that controls 98% market share of mobile app distribution, that doesn't allow Gab to have any distribution of a mobile application across billions of mobile devices. So I think he needs to take action. He needs to take action fast before 2020. And what I want to say is, we just compiled a massive list of hundreds of tweets calling for the death of the president, threatening to kill the president on Twitter. They're all archived. We tweeted them out, and these are allowed to remain. Twitter's allowed to remain. Why is the press not calling for Twitter to be shut down? Secondly, there was an academic study a few months ago that studied every single post ever made on Gab. And what they found is that 94% of posts did not contain any hate speech whatsoever. Now, this is compared to 97% of posts on Twitter. Now, of course, they probably had a different sample size. Who knows? But in our case, they scanned every single post ever made. So what is happening is we are being no-platformed off the internet because we have 2% more hate speech than Twitter. So is that the baseline? So if Gab gets down to 2% speech on a site like Twitter, are we going to be allowed to be on the internet? Are we going to be allowed to be on app stores? I don't know.
Well, sure, but then they'll just redefine what hate speech is. Now they're saying it's nationalist or not liking Soros's politics. It's not agreeing with them. I want to do one more segment. I know you're very busy. I want to come back and talk about how we support you, where we can visit you now. I guess it's only on Twitter. They actually, see you have speech for now. They're calling for you to be removed. But founder of group that harassed Ted Cruz tweeted about dead cops assassinating Mike Pence. They're allowed to have hundreds of thousands of followers per account and organize violence nationwide. Why? Because the guy looks like a satanic chicken neck demon. That's why. He's allowed to do this. Meanwhile, Gab does nothing. They're gone.